leg speed.
Well, let's go down to the boundary line. Good afternoon again to Christy Malthouse.
Thank you, Michael. Well, if you believe in omens, there probably wasn't such a good one for the Western Bulldogs just moments ago. The wind was so strong that when the cheer squad was holding up the banner, it actually ripped it completely and they weren't able to run through the banner at all. So not such a good sign for them, although Chief Executive of the AFL, Wayne Jackson, tried to make up for it a little bit by having a little bit of fun with the Bulldogs mascot and getting in on the action early here at the Telstra Dome. Quickly, the conditions, as I said, the wind is quite strong, quite swirly, possibly favouring the Lockett end of the ground, but besides that, fairly good conditions for the day.
Thanks very much, Christy. We're underway at the Telstra Dome. Ineffective ruck plate. Stevens dives on the football. Now a chance for Hahn. Just hoists it high towards half forward. Chance for Makepeace. Couldn't control it. Gilby, he lost the handle. Darcy fighting hard at ground level. Makepeace going nowhere. And surely a bounce, yes. A bounce. Inside attacking 50.
Just a couple of early matchups in the Bulldog forward line. Watt has gone to Brown, Rawlings to Johnson.
Troy Makepeace just on screen. So important out of defence with his use of the ball, his flair. Being such a good player. Ball up, down, Burton. Dimatina through the pack and into the air. Harvey will take it. Here's that man Makepeace. A little bit of time, good poise. Just finds Colbert, Makepeace again, and Sinclair at halfback. Another important player at defence for Dean Laidley and his boys. Good kick, Burton on Harvey. They're through the middle. He can go on. He has a player short, it's Rocker, and he did beautifully just to backpedal a couple of steps, so he cribbed a couple of metres, and he'll go back from just inside 50.
Great running through the midfield by the Kangaroos. Always
Short.
difficult.
And again, a player free sauce inside 50, yeah. Glenn Archer.
I was just saying, always difficult as a defender when that ball is streaming through the midfield. It is always difficult to man up because as a forward you have every option in the world, all the space in the world to be able to lead him.
So Archer may have started inside 50 for the Roos. This will be a good start. Certainly the Western Bulldogs looking to start this game well for a little bit of confidence. Glenn Archer will kick a goal. We have lift-off early in this game. So Glenn Archer with the first goal of the game, just under 2 minutes in, and Archer is playing inside 50. And again, not good signs for Western Bulldogs. Not very good marking players on their own inside 50 for the Roos.
Yes, a great opening goal and a couple of interesting matchups we'll talk about a little bit later in the Western Bulldog full back line. So first blood to the Kangaroos. Glenn Archer kicking the opening goal of the match. Burton wins it down, taken by Hahn, wrapped up by Simpson, and we'll get a secondary bounce.
And young Murphy has picked up Archer early.
I'd like to see Burton, after he contests Darcy, after he contests against Burton, is actually to run straight into the forward line. Someone like Mitch Hahn run with Spider Burton even.
Burton gets it down, taken though by Dimatina, finds himself in some space, high towards half forward, marking contest. Brown from the back couldn't quite hold on. A chance in the back for Johnson. He'll run in and kick it open goal. The Bulldogs on the board. So Brad Johnson kicks the quick reply, and he has been in sparkling form. He was outstanding last week against the Crows, and he's someone the Kangaroos will really have to watch up for.
No doubt a sensational play, but once again, just the quick kick out of the middle. That's all a forward does require. Get it in there nice and quick. The spillage occurred from Brown, and Johnson, well, we know how he can read the ball, and we know his pace, and he has kicked this one for the Bulldogs.
So every player's nightmare trying to run down Brad Johnson. Scores are tied up, toe poking it out. Stevens running onto it, King off the ground again. It's into the air. Archer has got it. He ran about 20 metres, eyes on the football, and go at it at your own peril for the opposition. He will go back. He's kicked there first and has another chance, and as you called, a shootout could be on the cards.
Well, Crediel's got the job on Archer, and the matchup worry is Robert Murphy on Morel, who's Murphy giving away some real height and weight on Digny Morel, but Glenn Archer's obviously started in fantastic style.
So unpredictability from Dean Laidley certainly evident this year. And he started with Glenn Archer inside 50. So far it has worked. Chance for his second, and it's made good again. That's Archer's second. So 3 goals in this game, just under 5 minutes played. Archer has 2, and he is a headache at the moment.
Yes, he is, and we know what type of courage Glenn Archer has. Just a quick kick off the ground. Just watch Glenn Archer there, eyes on the ball. He does it week in, week out. That is why he is such a great player.
Back into centre, Burton again. Harvey hoists it high towards half-forward. Croft has to sit and wait and does it. 6 uncontested marks already to the Kangaroos. Croft kicks out wide. Harrison's made position. High towards half-forward. Bowden trying to get there, and he does. Good sliding effort from Patrick Bowden.
I think leg speed, Western Bulldogs, that's what they have to do. Off half-back, out of defence.
Wheels on the Brown, he can't take the mark. Chance for the Kangaroos. Now Brown lost the handle. Garlick searching somewhere for a handball. Goes wide to Johnson. McMahon, was he out? Yes. Boundary throw in.
We saw young Bowden take that grab on Colbert. That's what he does need to do. He needs to lead up the ground. Colbert not overly quick. He just needs to keep presenting and make Colbert work hard.
Darcy giving away height to Burton this afternoon. Burton, deft little touch down to Rawlings. Hands and knees. Oh, look out. Garlick. Met Saltley. Umpire deeming no prior opportunity there. The hit came from Sinclair. Mitch Hahn in the picture as we watch it again. Sinclair would have been better advised to tackle in the first instance. Now a chance for Darcy. Hard up against the line. Wobbles at goal. It's a poor kick. And as you talked about, Dakes, that's where Luke Darcy's going to have an advantage, just his mobility around the ground.
And it's important that he does run with the football. So Harvey across goal, and will make the Western Bulldogs chase him. He's taken 3-4 bounces now, half back and into the middle. Great running from Harvey. Misses Rocker, Croft sit back and then go around. Now this is where they have to hold on to it and carry it. It's back into half forward and free kick to Rowan Smith, no. Dimatina, McMahon is there. Players hands and knees. Scramble, going nowhere, ball up.
He'd be disappointed with himself there, Owen Smith. Probably should have taken the grab. He was just, I guess, took it a little bit easy. He thought the hit was going to come a little bit earlier, but should have taken that grab.
Big game last week from Rowan Smith as he just runs off the pack here, so he's positioning spot on. Back off screen. Got a player in the middle, Robbins, Western Bulldogs, smothered. The Brad Johnson kick was good. It was Hahn. Through the traffic, Garlick. Through the traffic again, Teague. Through the traffic, best of luck, too high. And that is a free. Definitely there. Teague to take it. Watt for the Roos, out wide. Rocker underneath it again, running onto it. Jones will meet, too high. So into attack we go. Robbins, Western Bulldogs long. Just gave it away and Watt sits back to take a good mark.
Disappointing kick from Robbins. Was able to pick out Watt. No one within 10 metres. Kicks in short, that's dangerous as well. Darcy did well just to get a hand on it. Burton missed off the ground. Good desperate play by the Kangaroos. Now a chance for Harding. Just wobbles it towards Jones. He's got it. Intent on playing on. Where will he go? Long to a vacant goal square. Has he got the carry? It has! Sensational goal from Corey Jones. So the Kangaroos have 3 and they lead by 12 points. And one thing the Bulldogs can't allow to happen is the Kangaroos just sneak out to a 4 or 5 goal lead early on, because it's going to be hard work from there.
Well, it is, and the Bulldogs would want to close this game up, but this was a sensational kick by Jones. He kicked 3 goals last week, but on the left foot here, the players led up the ground, the goal square was open and decided to have a shot, and it was the correct decision.
So beautiful goal from Corey Jones, killing 2 birds with 1 stone at the moment doing lately, because he's dragging Corey Jones back close to the goal square, and with that he has Rowan Smith back there, so the Doggies lose that running ability. Out of the middle, Stevens, Burton again supplies, Archer misses it, running onto it, oh, it's a goal coming up. Just watch this, oh, dropped it short. Harvey should have put that away. Robbins out wide, so no rest at the moment. Doggies moving it quickly into the middle of the ground. Dimatino. Croft will run. Hands off in the end. McMahon gave it away. Harvey. And that will be a free to the Doggies. McMahon.
Just a worry for the Bulldogs at the moment. Harvey already with 5 disposals.
So Johnson down. Chance again for the Doggies. Brown on that right foot. Non-dominant side, not a problem. The Doggies have 2. So Nathan Brown in and out of the traffic. They worked hard for it. Wasn't pretty football, but more importantly, they put it on the scoreboard.
Gee, the miss from Harvey at the other end was crucial.
Yes, it was a great passage of play, but the kick, the execution of the kick was a poor one. Nathan Brown on screen, very dangerous. He'd be happy to kick an early one.
So, a good goal to the Western Bulldogs after Harvey perhaps should have kicked one for the Kangaroos. Gian Siracusa tries to shovel it out to West. He didn't really want to take hold of it, sensing he was going to be pushed. Play onto the court. Bulldogs stream away. Dimatina high, inside attacking 50. Harris can't quite control it. Was someone taken high? Brad Johnson? No. Yes, free kick. I didn't think umpire Sheen was going to pay it there for a moment, but Brad Johnson with a free kick from 45 metres and a chance to level the scores.
And we just see they're just taken high, but to see how open this game is at the moment, 13 uncontested marks.
Brad Johnson comes in, bends it too far as he squeezed it through. He has. Great goal. Scores a level. So Brad Johnson kicks his second. And after the Bulldogs looked as though they'd be trailing by 18 points as Brent Harvey streamed in on open goal, all of a sudden the scores are back to level.
Well, yes, they've kicked the last 2. Great play here by Dimatuna. Get it inside the 50 as quick as possible. Johnson got the free kick. Some good signs for the Bulldogs. 2 of their prime movers in Brown and also Johnson have got early goals in this game.
So 6 goals in total, 12 minutes in first quarter. Shocking bounce, jumping up, Gene Siracusa got it. West left it behind. Gene Siracusa did well to go back in. Harrison, Hahn can keep going, and he's juggled it for a mark. So he looked to dish it off. Might have done a groin there or done something. So Johnson short. So just retaining possession. Garlick into the pocket. Nathan Brown will jump. Knocked away from him by Watt through the traffic. Harris, Gilby left it behind, then back onto it for a goal. Oh! It is. That's goal number 4. So Gilby has his first, and the Western Bulldogs with their 4th. And boys, they've been a turnaround in this game of footy in the last few minutes.
Certainly has. Great goal by Gilby, but really set up by Mitch Hahn, who took that lovely mark. Just watching him at the moment, seems as though he's got a bit of a leg injury. Is a bit of a concern for the Bulldogs.
What a superb goal from Lindsay Gilby, and the Bulldogs in front. Burton again. Chance for King. Kick around the body is effective. Simpson, he's in space at half forward. Chance now for the Kangaroos. Driving kick high towards the goal square. Going back, Jones! Jones is marked. He was in good position all the way that ball was coming in. And a chance now to kick his second and again to level the scores.
This is where they have the advantage, the marking forwards. When you consider the deficiency for the Western Bulldogs certainly is their height, and they're trying to look after morale. They've got certainly players there, and there's disposals per goal.
Unbelievable statistic.
Corey kicks it, and the scores are level. This is a shootout. So the Kangaroos get one they desperately needed, and well, scores are level. It's a pretty entertaining game of football.
Yeah, great kick by Simpson, just put it to the top of the square, and Jones just lost his opponent, Rowan Smith. Smith really should have locked in onto his opponent there. Great grab by Jones, and was able to kick this goal.
Corey Jones with his second. Teamed up with Archer. Terrific kicking in this game at the moment. Hahn through the traffic. No, says Colbert. Took it and kicked it in. Rocker will run out wide. Hargrave will get onto it first and run through a couple of players to Scotty West. They're into attack again. Brad Johnson there. Rawlings using the body. It will run, but back there is Baird. He will go to the boundary. Should sit up here for Simpson. Should stay in. Collected beautifully by Harris, who went in.
Gee, that's good desperate play.
We will get a boundary throw in.
It was great play by Harris because as a forward, all your coach asks is you to hold the ball inside 50, give yourself another opportunity to set up and have a shot at goal.
So a scoring opportunity. Burton Darcy works his way to the front. Burton, oh, fresh air shot, in danger. Scotty West just outside 50 to Rowan Smith on that left foot for a goal. That's goal number 5 in total on the Doggies, and they are in front.
Well, I watched Rowan Smith after Jones kicked that goal at the other end. He pushed up the ground and came up to the wing and basically played forward of the centre, and it got a direct result. Now his opponent needs to start working on him.
Well, he started right on his 30th birthday today, Rowan Smith. So a great result.
Amazing result at the moment. 9 goals in 15 minutes of footy.
Well, we talked in the preview about the defences, how poor they were. Well, the attacks have done very well. Ball bounced there off the umpire. Archer's desperate, and a free kick plucked out against Archer to the Kangaroos, and he's not happy. Smith again.
Spider Burton off for the Roos for a rest.
Kick to half-forward. Brown on the lead. Sinclair was held. No free kick. Garlick got it from Harris, then gives it straight up Simpson. Now Makepeace. Jones the target. Good fist from Hargrave. Well played credit. Murphy. So often the general at half-back for the Bulldogs delivers effectively. West. Darcy just wobbles it out wide. Croft will get there first. He's got to beat Rocky. Puts the foot down. Great tackle from Big Sav. He'll get the free kick. Advantage called. Kangaroos come away, but the kick was poor. Mark taken by Hargrave. He wants to play a brilliant smother from King. It's tight and tough now. Makepeace, good creative handball, sets Harvey away. Good second bounce. He's got options going forward. Wobbles it goalward. Where will it bounce? Mark taken Harding right on the goal line.
Great grab, but what about the kick and run over Harvey down the middle? The torpedo on the run, a very difficult kick to execute.
That's why it wobbled. Well, what a game.
I reckon it was better than a wobble.
only just. And then goals from Marks. Western Bulldogs.
Goals on the run.
Goals on the run. So there's the contrast. And Harding kicks the goal.
Yes, so, and if we were to take that bit of play back, I think it all started with the Rocket tackle on Croft. Psychological win for Rocket. Great smother there by King. But back to the Rocket-Croft contest. No doubt that Croft would be trying to run Rocket down the ground, but he chased in tackle and resulted in this run through the middle by Harvey.
So David King, 5 goals apiece in this game. Certainly running with the football at the moment, the Dogs, that's how they're getting their goals. Marking options for the Kangaroos. Loose ball. This is where they need players in support to get it out and start running the Doggies. And we have a ball up just over wing, just ever so slightly favouring the Roos. As players readjust. With Burton off the ground, you'd imagine Rocker now will contest with Darcy, and you'd expect the Western Bulldogs to start taking initiative here. Hargrave out to Smith. Quick kick, standing start. Will trickle over the line. It's half forward now. Medine side of the ground is Bowden to ground. And we get a throw in.
Just watching Brent Harvey at the moment. Gian Siracusa's got him already with 7 disposal.
Ball will come in. Darcy front position. Lee Brown. Hargrave doing well in close. Gene Syracuse shrugs. No, too high. And the free to the Roos. Defending down there and on the ground is Daniel Harris. Running Harvey. Just chips up. Bad kick. Rowan Smith missed it in the end. Just a few plays. Robbins. So good pressure. Great pressure from Wells. Murphy just getting his arms clear. Chance to run now. Off half-back Garlick. Out wide, it'll bounce. Bowden should take it, still at half-back. Good kick in the middle, dangerous. West did beautifully. Hands to Rowan Smith, who just has to kick quickly under pressure. Rawlings sitting back for a mark to the Roos.
Inside his defensive 50. Loose player out wide, gets to him. Simpson, now Sinclair. High towards half-forward. Gee, that was a poor kick. Robbins, he juggled it, not paid. Numbers though with the Bulldogs. Hargrave to Garlick. Look out. Bowden got it back in time to Robbins. High towards half-forward. Sinclair with the set takes a good mark. Off and running. It's a free-flowing game. Wells into the action. Uses Watt and tucks it under the arm. Just wobbles it inside attacking 50. Kick was intended for Harvey. Robbins corralled him and the ball over the line.
I was just watching Harvey. He was setting up in that forward line for a good probably 40 seconds on his own, and he's been given too much latitude at the moment.
Remarkable scoreline, 5 goals straight apiece. Kangaroos in attack. Darcy gets it down to Burse. Hands and knees. Good little handball to West, who was quick hands to Smith. Well played. He sets Hargrave away. Here's a chance for the Bulldogs. Kick needs to be penetrating. It is. Garlick dropping back. Oh, well played by Watt. Got a fist back there. Garlick's got to beat a couple, but he does well. And in the end, perhaps would have been, I think, happy to see it over the line. Outnumbered 2-1.
Yes, and good to see his fellow defenders, the Kangaroos, get across to Watt. The spoil was critical.
Just have to watch it kicking in. Hargrave could have possibly carried it a bit more, going to Garlick against 2 players, and he was the shortest option across that half-forward line.
McMahon's tackled by T, and we'll get a bounce. Leading possession winners on the ground. Brent Harvey with 8, and for the Western Bulldogs, Scott West has 6. Bowden wins it wide of the play. West, there's another one. McMahon, now he's got a bit of space here. Just hoists it high inside attacking 50. At the back, chance for Bowden. Will he get a bounce? He needs to soccer. Can he get boot to ball? No. Colbert runs it through. Well, golden opportunity missed there by Patrick Bowden. Just didn't get the right bounce. And the first behind of the match coming at the 22.5-minute mark.
The other player that played it smart was Brad Johnson, who allowed the pack to form, and he ran straight to the back. So the Roos have fluffed this one up. It's 25 from goal, and it will be thrown in. So I'm not really finding a mark down there.
Well, neither side at the moment have a key forward or a tall forward that look like they are going to take a mark. It's basically the ground level running players that have had an influence.
So Darcy left it behind a Garlick. Chance for Hargrave, should bury it. It'll wobble and it'll go. It's a goal to the Doggies. An unlikely source in the end. Hargrave able to come down. Ryan Hargrave's been terrific in this first quarter, and we have goal number 6, and the Western Bulldogs enjoy a 7-point lead.
Yes, and we see Darcy there take the ball out of the ruck duel. Probably lucky not to get penalised, but a wobbly old kick favoured the Bulldogs, and Hargrave gets his first on the board.
So the Western Bulldogs lead by 7 points. Perfect bounce. Up high was Brown. Gene Syracuse wraps Harris up. So the bounce just the attacking side of the circle as Crediuk and Archer. Glenn Archer kicked 2 early goals, but hasn't seen the football in the last 15 minutes.
Yes, and we see Stephen Crediuk on Glenn Archer. Murphy went to him originally, but Crediuk has now got the role on him.
Harris and Brown run into each other, allows McMahon in. Hargrave off a step, inside attacking 50. Harris did very well, knocked it out. Now a chance for Johnson. He's kicked 2, now he's kicked 3. Bulldogs by 13 points. So after a scratchy start, the Bulldogs are really playing some inspired football.
Well, they are. They are getting the ball in nice and quickly, but he is a class player, Brad Johnson, to be able to turn really under pressure and really kick this goal off 1 or 2 steps is outstanding.
The other problem at the moment for the Roos, certainly an option has to be Archer to go back there. Just haven't been decisive with a lot of their clearing of the football. They're punching and getting it clear. It's dropping to the feet of the Doggies. McMahon over the top. Hargrave, very good first quarter. Rowan Smith will run with it. He'll draw a play, and this is where they've been very good. Too quick at the moment. It's long and it's going, and it just moves to the left. It's a minor score. Just too quick at the moment, the Western Bulldogs. By hand and by foot, certainly leg speed, ball carrying, and that's why they have a 14-point lead.
Sinclair just kicks to himself, gains 10 metres. Thumps it towards Simpson, who out-positioned McMahon, couldn't hold on, but was good enough at ground level. High towards half-forward, Murphy going back, Petrie, third man up, couldn't hold on. Wells, dangerous. Now Jones. He's got no one coming to him, so he just waltzes to 50, thumping kick is across the face, and Darcy takes a very good mark in the end. Kicks to Smith, who's having a field day on his 30th birthday. Smith, possession number 7, just chips hoping, and in the end a great kick.
Great running too, because he was on half-back, Nathan Brown.
Nicholas Bruton preparing to come on, and he's replaced Darcy. Kick comes inside from Brown. Smith, not too much movement on the Bulldog forward line. Kick towards the pocket, chance for Burse. Stand start on kick, brilliantly smothered by Wells, and he gets up again. Great second effort from Daniel Wells, ties Burse up. Bounce just inside, attacking 50 for the Bulldogs. 14 points their advantage.
Well, we see the tackles, Western Bulldogs 5, Kangaroos 18. The Western Bulldogs are ranked 16th in the competition for tackles.
Harris kicked into T. T in there hard. Garlick on top of him. As we count down to quarter time, still 3 minutes to go. It's going to be a long quarter. We've played over 27 minutes on the game clock.
And that's interesting, Peter Roden, the way he wants these players to go about it, play a more physical game. I don't think they have the bodies. They certainly have the leg speed.
I just think this game's being played the way the Bulldogs want it played. They want it open and plenty of run, and I think that the Kangaroos have fallen into this trap.
Well, the way you get it open is to carry the football, draw players, and the Doggies are doing it at the moment.
Anthony Stevens a little quiet. Boundary throw-in. Burton up against Bruton this time. Kangaroos work it out. King handball was smothered. McMahon fighting hard. Tackled coming from Archer and also David King for the Kangaroos.
This is what the Kangaroos need to do. Just stop the game up, slow it down a bit, make sure they get one-on-one and get the game on their terms.
Friendly little tap to the side of West's face. Bad bounce. Archer, in fact, wins it, thumps it to the line.
The other thing the Kangaroos have done is drop Rocker back to the goal square. He was playing across half forward, and they've gone for a more mobile half forward line. The Kangaroos aren't running it in, so they're getting players to come up and meet the ball and be able to carry it back. So Wells is across there, Harding further up the ground also.
In from the side, Hahn. Oh, look out, you'll be penalised. Good tackle from Stevens. And now, umpire Roaston saying the ball was held to him. So that was interesting because it looked as though it was taken out of the ruck contest. Bounce, Burton and Bruton. Burton decisively. Watson hacks it forward. Great fist from Harrison on Petrie. Predial couldn't control it. G in Syracuse. That's a great sweeping handball. Sets Robbins away. He wobbles it towards half forward. Oh, Bowden tried to reach over the top. Couldn't. Watt uses Rawlings. The Kangaroos effect the switch. Look out. Jones. He concedes about 20 metres with a handball back to Colbert, who kicks out wide. Wells has to slide, but he's good enough. He takes the mark at half back for the Kangaroos.
Still a long way from home. Countdown to quarter time, 29.5 minutes. Simpson fumbling, wide with their possessions at the moment. Watson back to Simpson, has to get it in quickly. It's long, the City's tee. That was well done, the Doggies. That player's back there. Oh, given away, Harvey. And that is an easy goal. Right on the stroke of quarter time. What a goal to give up. And it's back to 8 points. And Brent Harvey, he will not kick an easier goal than that one.
He won't. He's ninth possession of this quarter. But really, the Bulldogs coughed this up. The handball was a poor one. Never really should have given that handball. Really should have got the ball onto his boot, out of the danger zone. And that is a costly mistake, Harvey kicking that goal.
So a bad mistake from McMahon. A gift goal to the Kangaroos in the shadows of quarter time. Smith kicks run down by Jones. Now Hargrave. Is there time for the Bulldogs? Kick inside, attacking 50. Johnson couldn't quite control it. Rawlington, his handball was poor as well. Chance now. Bowden kicks it high into the pocket. Watt going back. It's a good mark. Still time for the Kangaroos. Simpson. High. Watson makes position on the wing.
Sinclair.
Running hard for him is Sinclair. He honours the lead. Now Sinclair, where will he go? Wants to get around Creel. Good little handoff off to Archer from 45. Archer kicks another one. He's kicked 3. The Kangaroos back. What a great goal. And just when the Bulldogs look to be in control, the Kangaroos have answered right on quarter time with 2 quick ones.
Yes, and we did have a graphic on earlier that Glenn Archer had gone missing, but that is his 3rd goal of the quarter. Of course, kicking 2 goals early, but this was a very late, important goal in this quarter.
Well, with Adam Simpson loitering, it's back to 2 points. 2 late goals. Peter Rowe, well, you can understand what his quarter-time speech will be, and directed at who? It's out wide. It's a mark this time to Quediot. Adam Simpson doing a bit of damage on that outer side as they come out. Roos, they have to watch that. The doggies, Brown or Mark, as the siren goes for quarter time. And what a first quarter of football. 14 goals in total, and with 2 late goals to the Roos, it's back to a 2-point lead to the Western Bulldogs.
Yes, and you did mention, Dakes, that it was a 14-goal quarter. Really unsure whether either coach would be happy with the way their side is going, but Brad Johnson's 3 goals were outstanding. Glenn Archer at the other end of the ground, 3 goals was outstanding, but a very open game and a very interesting game, and really we are set up for a wonderful second quarter.
Yes, 14 goals in the opening quarter. It was a free-scoring opening. Quarter time, the Bulldogs by 2 points. So there he is, Brent Harvey. Let's quickly get down to Christie on the boundary line.
Well, the wind I spoke about before the game actually died down in that term and probably helped that shootout. It has started to pick up again now, so you'd think it would have some effect and maybe slow down the goal scoring a little.
Back in the centre, underway in this second term. Smith wrapped up by Harris, and we will get a bounce.
I'd just like to see the Western Bulldogs try and work young Robert Murphy and Nathan Brown into the game. Rowan Smith, excellent. And Scotty West just on screen. They're 2 very good players in that first quarter, but Murphy and Nathan Brown.
Darcy couldn't quite control it. Gian Syracuse, a good handball under pressure. Smith thumps it inside, attacking 50. It's wide. Johnson and Makepeace. Makepeace will be content with the line, and he does it subtly enough not to attract any attention from the umpire.
Makepeace with the job on Brad Johnson now.
And there is Brad Johnson. He was a standout in the opening quarter. 3 goals.
Gene Syracuse going with Brent Harvey.
Burton up against Harris. Now a chance for Rawlings. Advantage call. There was a free kick to Burton, and the kick is precise. It finds Petrie on the wing.
Rawlings continues to run.
Good running from Rawlings. A great kick too from Petrie. Now the kick was poor. It was intended for Rocker. Now it's a downfield free kick. And no, it's coming back to the Bulldogs against Archer.
Mitch Hahn will take it.
Against Archer. And I didn't see it, but I suspect for shepherding off the ball. And it comes back to the wing. Hahn, high kick towards half forward in front. What? Oh, brilliantly done by Garlick. He runs to 20 and kicks a goal. Simon Garlick, well, that was vintage roving, and the Western Bulldogs now lead by 8 points.
Oh, sensational footy by Garlick, but the kick by Hahn was a beauty also. I reckon that travelled about 60 metres. It just caught the players downfield a little bit unaware, travelled the extra 5 or 10 metres, but Garlick front and square, copybook roving, and that is a fantastic goal.
So back out to 8 points. Simon Garlick comes up with it. Terrific anticipation. Direct football from the Doggies. So mixing it up, Gene Siracusa has been good. It's into the air. Brown will come. Brad Johnson's in the area. Players go in. Rawlings, who has been getting under the guard this season of teams, make piece out wide. So Simpson again just sitting out wide as an option on the way out. It has been good half forward. Good use of the body. Robbins then coming in the end. Scramble. Harding over the top. Jones. Chance to back. Showed courage. Murphy was there. Croft decides to take it. Out wide. Darcy. Onto Dimartino, who just ran onto the ground. Just outside 50. Bangs it in long. Harris is there. And they'll let it go. And Sinclair there to save the day for the Roos.
Well, unlucky there, the Bulldogs, but it was great coverage back in their defensive half. A number of their teammates actually left their opponents to support each other, and as a result, they were able to run the ball out of their defensive half, and unlucky not to get a goal.
Short kick comes to Sinclair. Makepeace kept running. Well played. Loose player in the centre is Burton. Great play by the Kangaroos. Very direct. High and long inside attacking 50. Great fist coming from Hargrave. At ground level, it's all the Kangaroos. Chance now. Harding's got some zip. He needs support, and he gave it to Petrie, who was under the pump, and now a chance for a rebound. Dimartino. Robbins. Johnson. He's been electric. Brad Johnson on the leaders. Brown. Oh, the kick is beautiful.
Great footy, Bulldogs. Great chase by Murphy. Murphy would have in his mind that Harding doesn't release the ball quickly, and he just needed to persist. He got the tackle on. The Bulldogs were able to re-ball the ball down. Here it is, the tackle. Persist. That's all he had to do.
Harding just purely panicked. Why handball to a player with his back to goal, flat-footed?
Well, Nathan Brown, these are the goals that he needs to kick. The angle is reasonably acute. And there's a great look at it. He comes in and kicks it. Bulldogs further in front. Nathan Brown kicks his second goal, and the Bulldogs respond very quickly at the opening of their second term by kicking the first 2 goals.
Again, that was terrible football. Turnover. And then they ran it through the middle, and they've done this consistently for most of the game. And they moved it quickly and then able to get inside 50. Brown has space to run onto, and he kicks his second goal. So the leg speed, just playing through the corridor consistently so far in the early part of this game, and that's the reason the Doggies are in front. Out of the middle, Simpson. It's into half forward, not really directing it. That's all you can do, but they through Crediop. Does well to West. McMahon, very good first quarter. Jordan McMahon got under the guard. It's in long. It'll go over the back. Bowden nearly took it in the end. What? Under a lot of pressure at the moment. Running with the flight. Good mark, Petrie. Crediop just making sure he has to go back over the mark. Go in the middle of the ground. King. Where do we head now? Burton running inside 50. Stevens. Been fairly quiet. Rawlings has run out wide again on that outer side. The skipper could be having a problem with the sun at that end of the ground. Loose ball will come down. In slow-mo we are. Jones conceding. Harvey short. And the Roos maintain it. Wells played on. This is fabulous football. And he misses in the end. And that's their first blemish of the game. It's a minor score.
He was called to play on. It wasn't 15 metres.
So he did well just to keep his head.
Let's go down to the Bandalone. Christie with an injury update.
Well, Mitchell Hahn's just come off for the Western Bulldogs. He was collected pretty heavily by Glenn Archer before, which would make anyone sore. He's come off and he's spoken to the physios a little bit. He's now having his lower back worked on. So he looks a bit sore, but should be right to come back on.
That's what confronts Rowan Smith. He just chips in short to West. Looping handball, Robbins. Driving kick towards Johnson. Makepeace worked him under the ball, but then didn't take the mark. Johnson, great on the ground. Where will he go? Handball inside. Burrs is in trouble. No left-handed side. Bowden, great handball to Johnson, who snaps from 40. Some wrestling in the goal square. Colbert takes it through. No free kick there. And Nathan Brown gave a very good lead to Brad Johnson, who elected the handball.
What about the Burst handball?
No left side.
So short to Makepeace. Needs some run the roos on the rare times through the middle. Watson will take it. Rawlings just inside the square. It's long, no one home. It'll go. It'll go. Oh, bounce back. You need luck in football. Roberts now makes sure it goes over. And that's a lucky football. Brady Rawlings can't believe his luck. And a minor score. Have a look at this. And even the North Melbourne, the Roo player had conceded then. That was surely home.
Thumping kick by Robbins. He did well. Numbers though with the Bulldogs. Eventually Darcy somehow got it to Credial. Hargrave. Loose player at half-forward, Gian Syracuse. He needs to use it. Brown offers the lead. Decides to go back to Burst. He thought his way very cleverly through that situation, Daniel Gian Syracuse. And Shane Burst a chance from 45 metres to increase the Bulldog lead.
Yes, and great play by Gian Syracuse. It could have gone long to the top of the square, but just held the ball up and waited for one of his teammates to double back. And this fella on screen, well, we'll see Gian Syracuse there, but he's able to have a shot at goal from the smart play of Gian Syracuse.
Burst kicked the goal last week. This one is not the goal. He misses by a long way to the right. So, disappointing effort after the build-up by the Bulldogs.
The other thing the Roos have to really consider is just releasing Jess Sinclair, push him further up the ground. They need a little bit of run. They need some creativity. And 50, or calling for 50. And while King holds his ball up, the Doggies are back in position, and Darcy just sits back to take a mark. Not a good kick. Garlick, it'll flow on into Garlick's arms. Tries to draw and then bangs in long. Don't tell me. It's a goal. That is a wonderful goal. So it's all going the Western Bulldogs' way. They've certainly worked for it. 2 to Garlick, and the Doggies have 10. The lead now is out to 21 points.
Well, he is a goal kicker, Simon Garlick. That was a sensational goal. But Luke Darcy, we see here on screen, just starting to come into his game, and some good signs by the Bulldogs. We see King just overcommit there. Garlick did the rest, and that was a super goal.
Bulldogs 3 goals 3, just 2 points of the Kangaroos, and Brad Johnson, who's been a real live wire on the Western Bulldog forward line, has kicked 3, but has been instrumental in setting a couple others up. West is hard at the football, and another bounce.
So at the moment, a couple of players getting under the guard. Ryan Hargrave, Gene Syracuse, with all the attention going on to the Johnsons and Scotty West.
Brad
Player
Johnson
rankings.
ranked number 1 on the ground, and Brian Hargrave, interestingly enough, up there for the Western Bulldogs as well, has done a great job across half-back.
And you have to look at the possessions. Even though Simpson is second, Simpson's very wide with his touches. Johnson is getting into the middle, so most of the Western Bulldogs players.
Jones to Gian Syracuse somehow still had penetration on the handball. West, McMahon, that's a poor effort. Oh, through Watt, now Johnson. Good tackle coming from Makepeace. Darcy couldn't quite get round Rawlings. Burst was taken high. That was an ugly incident.
King. Was it King?
Against King.
Yeah.
And the Western Bulldog players remonstrating. Shane Burst, great courage, had his head over the football. And David King giving away the free kick.
Well, he just didn't need to do that, David King. He's given the Bulldog player another shot at goal. John Burst, he was gutsy enough to get his head over the ball, as we see on screen.
Oh.
Well, I think he missed him.
A little fumble there.
Early in the year too, he showed a lot of courage because he had injured that eye early in the year as well.
From 55 metres, a thumping kick, it's offline. Big pack of players forced through, far behind. Margin, the biggest of the match, is out to 22 points.
know what I'd be doing. Here's that bump. That is sloppy. No interest in the football, David King. I mean, with the football now inside 50 for the Doggies most of the time in this second quarter, Glenn Archer has to be a consideration now. Have it out wide. Doggies wouldn't mind just retaining possession. David King, that's fair enough. Doggy fans not too happy. He tucked the ball under. This is dangerous. It's into the middle. Darcy pushed in the end. No, says the umpire, he'll chip up. It is a raffle here. Scott West allowed Shane Burst to back again.
Yeah, well
and
protected.
He gets another go at it.
Westy did very well there. He just protected his teammate, running back with the flight of the ball, or at least backing back with the flight of the ball. Always nice to know that you've got some protection as a player when you've got your eye on the ball and you don't know what's coming.
So Burst with an opportunity, and it has been a lot of the youngsters, the Western Bulldogs, in the early part of this game.
He's kicked 2 behinds in this quarter, Shane Burst.
So they lead by 22. Burst with a chance. He's directly in front. Is he good? It's up. Is it long? It is. And it's long enough. So Shane Burst joins the goal kickers for the Western Bulldogs. The lead now is out to 28 points. They have 11 in total for the game, and we are just over 13 minutes second quarter.
Yes, and well, he's had a good start to this second quarter, young Burst. He's had a couple of cracks at goal, but the most outstanding thing about what's been shown in this quarter is his courage, and on another occasion, he's highlighted it.
Margin now to 28 points, and some concerns you would think in the Kangaroo coaching box. Bounce favours Darcy, gets it to Dimatina, who called to play on Hargrave. Now Murphy, who has exquisite skills. This time he just kicks long. Johnson at the back, Harris at the front. Garlick, snap off a step. He's kicked another one. Garlick has 3. Well, this Western Bulldogs side is on fire. Garlick kicks his 3rd goal of the quarter, and the Western Bulldogs have kicked 5 goals in this second term to the Kangaroos 0.
Yes, well, perfect roving here, and we say it time and time again. Get the ball quickly into your forward half, provide the contest, and your little man can do the rest. And Garlick's done that this quarter on 2 or 3 occasions. He's kicked goals from Crummins.
So Anthony Stevens looks on. Can't do a lot from there. They trail by 34 early part or halfway through this second quarter. They're winning it out of the middle. Archer's there now for the Roos. Dimatina, Darcy did beautifully to control it. West, hands were fantastic. Into attack we go again. Rowan Smith, Harris provides a contest, brings it down. Makepeace in trouble out wide with his possession, which was good. So is Rawlings. Went to the boundary. I think he's safe. And that's how it was seen by the umpire. It's outside 50. Doggies into attack again out of side. It's about 60 from goal, and we have a boundary throw in.
Just one young man that's impressing for the Bulldogs is young Harris. He's not getting a lot of the ball, but he is providing a contest up in their forward half.
They've got a real problem in the ruck at the moment with Burton off the ground. Lee Brown having to contend with Darcy. Darcy dominating now in his second quarter. Ball will come down through the traffic. Simpson. Again, all you can do is out wide. Petrie. Harrison was a contest, then got it and then gave it. Hargrave into half forward. Dimatina gave it on quickly. No rest at the moment. Garlick. Nathan Brown has to be good. Couldn't take it. Chance for Colbert, and again, mad rush and scramble to get it out. Coming on was Morrell. Hands off in the end. Watson to Wells. Really do need to score from this foray forward. That's a good kick, great kick. Jones should mark and does know it was King. Open goal, see you later. It's home. So just what the Roos were looking for. David King comes up with it and they have their 8th goal.
Well, they needed that one, the Kangaroos. It breaks that 5-goal streak to the Western Bulldogs. King ran hard from the fence, but this was a very good kick by young Wells. It needed to be at least a 50-50 5-metre kick. And King, who hasn't had a great quarter, kicks his first of the game.
Let's quickly go down to Christie with an injury update.
Well, Sav Rocker has just come off with the Kangaroos. He didn't have anything obviously wrong with him, but he came off and walked straight down the race with the trainers. So I'll get an update on that for you.
From the centre, Jones, handborders, Simpson, who hoists it high inside, attacking 50, credit almost. Chance here for the Kangaroos. Soccer goalward, chance for Harris. Running back Robbins, controls it and sees it over the line. Well played.
And a significant move has been made due to the Bulldogs' dominance. Archer has had to go back to the back line. He's now picking up Garlick.
Well, that's where the ball has been. Sauce in his second quarter. He should have gone back there a lot earlier, even in the latter part of that first quarter.
Boundary throwing. Kangaroos need another one. The back Darcy tries to crash his way through. Gets good handball. McMahon, Gian Siracusa off a step. Dimartina provides a contest. He was outnumbered and earns a free kick.
Did
Oh, that's
beautifully.
disappointed. Advantage called. Johnson. Gian Siracusa follows up. Kick on towards Brown. Sinclair was all over him. Surely a free kick to Nathan Brown.
See, the problem with something, is that on the full? On the other side, no.
Boundary throwing.
And that's a problem.
Let's
Nathan
have a look at
Brown-
this again, Dakes.
Well, that was a free.
He props and Sinclair, the umpire's right there and then into his back. Well, you would have thought so.
Well, and the disappointing thing is they'll play a silly free kick later for something that really isn't going to be earned.
Boundary throw in inside the Bulldogs attacking 50. Brown gets it down to Wells. Kickers run down by Dimartina. Archer tries to shred a couple of tackles, does well. Well, kick is poor. Chance of Gian Siracusa couldn't quite find the handle. He's wrapped up and will get a bounce.
And it's just important now for the Bulldogs that they do not relax. It's virtually getting in the red time, which is the time-on period of this quarter. They can't afford to relax and allow the Kangaroos to kick 2 or 3 late goals in this quarter.
Burse also going with Simpson.
McMahon wins it, but a free kick against Brown will come back to Darcy.
They need a third man up, the Roos. From these stoppages, boundary throw-ins, you really do need to be an assistance of Lee Brown. At the moment, they're just getting flogged by Darcy.
Darcy, 65 from goal, just sets it up at the top of the goal square. Jumpers required at the fall, almost. Well played Harris. He was at ground level this time. Chance wide of the pack. Dimartina from the pocket. He's kicked it. No! Just missed. Would have been a handy one for the Bulldogs.
Roos just off camera, making a change. Rocker back on, Watson off. So Harvey to bring it in. It tends to go short and then run on again. So it's short to Archer. And there he goes. I'll give it back to him. So Brent Harvey will continue to run through the middle, through the corridors. 2 bounces. This what they need to do is carry it. Teague. Harris was there, giving him a little bit of time. It's out wide, Rocker. This is about his range too. So Sav
Just
can
come
go
out of
into the
ground.
pocket. Has 2 players. And the skipper will mark. Right side for the left footer, goes around and should bury it, he does. Best bit of football from the Rouge yet.
Yes, and as we said earlier on, danger time for the Bulldogs. They just need to lock up here. Rocker, who's just come onto the ground. Stevens, who's been quiet all day, but got a terrific block there by Harris that enabled him to steady and kick that goal. Great running by Harvey through the middle of the corridor.
And Nathan Brown coming from the ground in the hands of the trainers. We'll get down to Christie in a moment just to get an update there. Still injured, maybe a shoulder. From the bounce, Simpson again, here go the Kangaroos. Kick towards half forward. Harding has got plenty of it. Great tackle coming from Robbins. Harris gets it back towards Harding. Hargrave overruns it, but well played, Matthew Robbins. Great persistence. McMahon in low towards Johnson, who's too good for Makepeace. Makepeace took his eyes off the football.
Just got that extra. He's just got that extra little bit of height, Johnson. Very good overhead.
Kick towards half-forward. Gian Siracusa keeps his feet from 45. A left foot kick. There's a goal.
That is a great
sensational
goal.
stuff. What a kick from Daniel Gian Siracusa. How well did he keep his feet in that pack and then his composure to line up on the left boot.
Yeah, sensational bit of play, but not only did he keep his feet, watch this, he keeps the ball in front of him, just there, that enables him to run onto the ball, bring the ball to front, gives you another crack at it, and it did, on that occasion, Gian Syracuse was able to kick that goal.
Let's quickly go down to Christie. Sav Rocca's back on the ground, Christie.
Yes, Sav Rocca was diagnosed as having a full bladder. He's now back on and looks quite relieved.
So Darcy to Garlick, and it's inside 50. It'll drop short. Watt behind it did well just to smother it. So an answering goal. Gene Syracuse have been one of the best, if not the best on the ground so far. Darcy being great supplier. Stevens need him firing the ruse. They follow the boundary. Dropping it is Morrell, and it's out of bounds. Ball will come in. Western Bulldogs rotation of their bench at the moment. Pretty fresh in the midfield. Hargrave, Gene Syracuse, McMahon, all doing well, youngsters. In support of Garlick, Rowan Smith, Brad Johnson, Scott West. So ball comes down, Credial party trick. Morrell wrapped up, and we have a ball up this time.
Just Brett Harvey, who had a sensational first quarter, has only had the 3 possessions this quarter. Gian Syracuse has really tightened up, doing a terrific job.
So Ryan Hargrave dropping back inside 50 off camera for the Western Bulldogs. So their lack of run, all they will do is just bang it in long. So Harvey does just that. Robbins thumps it back. That's decisive. Corey Jones, funny old kick. Hargrave back there has been a very good player. It's on the full. That's all you really can do. And even coughing it up the Western Bulldogs. It's a long way from home as King to wind up. We'll bang it in long. It's into the pocket. Lee Brown, good use of the body. Rowan Smith. Robbins sitting behind the pack in support, takes it.
Dangerous kick. McMahon was good enough to take the mark. He's away. They've played on at all costs this afternoon, the Bulldogs, and it's paid dividends for them. Harris, I don't know what he tried to do there. He's outnumbered. Simpson just chips short. King, Kangaroos working their way back into this game. Driving kick to the top of the goal square at the back. Harvey, he's got it. He's tackled. Try to get a handball out. Petrie, he's wrapped up. And we'll get a bounce. Let's go down to the bandwagon. Christie with an update on Nathan Brown.
Well, the Bulldogs doctors have actually stopped working on Nathan Brown. It didn't look like anything too serious. More like perhaps the shoulder blade rather than the shoulder. He's had a couple of painkillers and now he looks like he's almost ready to come back on.
Croft keeps it in front of him. Well played. All his handballs are straight. Garlick. Harris almost threw it out to Harvey, who's been penalised.
Just at the other end of the ground, Darcy taking a well-earned rest. He's playing out of the goal square on Shannon Watt, so it'd be interesting if they go one-on-one. You'd expect Darcy to have clearly the advantage there.
Kick out wide. Gilby can't control it. Teague kept his arms free. Well played. Now Simpson kicks it back to a central location. Credial comes out and marks.
Just quickly, I'm having a look at Archer, who's on Dimatina now. Garlick's got onto the ball. Glenn Archer has been forced to take Dimatina. Probably not the ideal matchup.
So Gene Syracuse to Croft. Quick kick Murphy. Need him firing. It's been quiet. Brad Johnson out wide. Rawlings behind it. All you can do is out wide. And lucky in the end, Harris will take the mark. Going long. Simpson lurking wide again. He will not. Hasn't really picked up anyone. That's been one of the problems because the Western Bulldogs have cut him up. Stevens. So as a circle. Back in the middle, Wells, normally a good user, can go long, no short it is. That's a good kick, and Troy Makepeace comes up with it. And that's one of their problems, Sauce. Simpson is getting a bit of the ball and getting out wide and getting out on his own, but it's more the damage that's being done as the Western Bulldogs run forward at the moment.
Yes, well, they really haven't got a focal point up forward at the moment, the Kangaroos.
Normally a beautiful kick, normally a great user of the football. Terrific player, Troy Makepeace. They need this one. Boy, do they need this one. Troy Makepeace, the responsibility. He kicks a goal. No, he doesn't. Just died in the end. To the right, minor score.
Makepeace forced to go upfield now. Sinclair is now on Brad Johnson. Johnson had probably 3 or 4 opponents today. Rawlings, Makepeace, now Sinclair.
Brad Johnson, 12 disposals.
Just for the Western Bulldogs.
3 goals.
Been terrific so far, but you're just hoping they can maintain it now.
Robbins kicks short to McMahon. Kicks inside the centre square. Good kick to Croft. Now Power. High inside attacking 50. Darcy makes a contest at the full. Johnson. Little snap around the body. Had no penetration. Sinclair. Now Simpson. Taking plenty of time. Good chase again by Harris, but he delivers to Archer. Archer decides to kick out wide. Harvey starting to get a little bit of it now, Brent Harvey. Kick is perfect. Harris is marked. On attacking 50, kicks towards Rocker.
Oh, well done.
Courageous play. That was brave. And a chance now for Power. Chance for the turnover. They've got numbers back though, the Kangaroos. Gilby has it. Ducks the Petrie. Tackle. Harrison from 55. Thumping kick. Goalwood. Darcy Shepherd, he kicked it. A valuable goal to the Western Bulldogs. They have their 14th, and the margin squeaks again out to 34 points.
Yes, and take about Simon Garlick. As a defender, you love your midfielders to get back and support. He did this. This is courage. It was Rocker's mark, and Garlick had the conviction to go back, and that resulted in Harrison kicking this goal.
Dean Laidley doesn't have too much longer to wait before he's able to address his players at half-time. 29 minutes. Doggy's not done with yet. Garlick, Darcy tripped over his own feet, I think, through the traffic. Colbert out wide. It was good, Sinclair. This is where the Doggies should just close it down. The lead at the moment, 34 points. Harvey, dummies a handball to run. And for them to have any chance, he has another 2 quarters of this. Harvey, short, Baird, can come to the medallion side of the ground. Rawlings calling for it. Oh, he kicked it straight into Gilby. Didn't even try to swell. That's how everything's falling for him. Chance, Simpson, Jones, overusing it. Short Rocker. King kicks a point. That bit of play sums up the way the Roos are going about it. Pretty indecisive at the moment. Pretty confusing football. But for the Doggies, 14 goals and a half. You couldn't get any more positive than that.
Matthew Robbins, who's been fantastic back across the full back line for the Bulldogs. Kick in again. Oh, he's mucked it up. I wrapped him up. They might get away with it. Murphy just dropped it. Should have been penalised, wasn't? Croft, look away, handball was poor. Hargrave wasn't expected. Jones, kick to the goal square. Petrie's marked and decides to go back. Well, Matthew Croft, an experienced player, a look away handball, and Hargrave, because he wasn't looking at him, didn't expect it.
Yes, well, I guess if he had his time over again, Matthew Croft, he would have just gone long and wide towards the boundary.
The kick coming in from Robbins missed the mark as well, so bad mistakes. The Bulldogs right on the cusp of half-time. Petrie comes in and squeezes it through, I think. He's kicked it. So a goal to the Kangaroos, and one that's resulted from direct mistake from the Bulldogs.
Yes, and the late goal pretty crucial for the Kangaroos because not much was going right for them. As we see on screen there, the look-away handball. You're told never do that at training, and as a result, it's costed the Bulldogs a late goal.
So saving grace, 2 late goals in the first and one just handed to him to finish this first half of football. So 3 goals. Murphy through the traffic as a siren goes for half-time. Terrific half of football from the Western Bulldogs. 14 goals in total, and they will take a 27-point lead into that half-time break. As probably a lot of people are wondering whether that lead, Sos, should be a lot greater.
Well, they totally dominated the quarter. They had some outstanding players. Johnson, who's been on top all day. Thought Simon Garlick's quarter was outstanding. A couple of really courageous efforts, and his 3 goals in that quarter has really set them up with a really good chance to win this game. But Brad Johnson leading the way for his side.
Yes, it certainly was a very entertaining first half of football. 24 goals kicked in the first half, and so very, very exciting and entertaining. Well, what do you reckon, boys? The Western Bulldogs have won just the one game. They've, some would say, forgotten how to win. Can they get up and capitalise on this first half break they've got?
Well, there's really no excuses from here. 14 goals and a half of football, so their confidence should be riding pretty good at the moment.
Third quarter underway. Darcy stopped and waited. Allows Harding in, but he ran into West, who hoists it towards half-forward. Bowden almost a clever mark. Dimatina wrapped up by T, and we'll get a bounce.
Well, Archer's gone back up to the forward line for the Kangaroos, being picked up by Crediuk.
And David King, for a little bit of run for the Roos, actually will start out of defence, actually has the job on Garlick.
Bulldogs slightly in attack. Darcy keeps his hands free and somehow got boot the ball. Murphy, he's clever. Turns, kicks towards half-forward. Oh, diving attempt. Mark not taken by Bowden. Bulldogs still a chance. Gian Siracusa to Johnson, back to Gian Siracusa. And well played by Bowden, because he went for that diving mark, didn't just rest, got up and provided an option immediately. So Patrick Bowden a chance now to give the Bulldogs a dream start to the second half.
The other player that figured into play was Robert Murphy. He's starting on that outer side wing. I think Rawlings may have the job there, so this will be a terrific start.
Good effort there by Bowden.
Yep.
Has kicked goals in recent weeks.
Yes, he's kicked 14 in his 8 games this year. He's really starting to stand up. Only 21 years of age. Perhaps a star in the making. Well, gee. You can see there, it wasn't a very good kick and didn't register. Maybe I'll take that back, Dates.
But you weren't talking about his goal kicking.
David King with a free kick.
So King out of the back pocket. A trail by 27. Could have been further. It's a good kick. Watt has to be good against and it comes to ground. This is where Brad Johnson's better. Brad Johnson, well done, Watt in the end. Put the body in. Dimatina now back to Brad Johnson. We'll go with goal. It's 45 out. What a start in this third quarter. Had he been able to kick a goal? A lot of pressure at the moment. There is no way out for the Roos out of defence.
Great effort by Johnson. Got to the contest, brought it to the ground. The quick kick along the ground of Dimatina. Sensational play.
So great kick, bypassed a lot of play. Simpson took it to Rawlings, onto Harvey. Harvey will run. Runs again. Gave it over to Rawlings. They need to find someone. Into the pass. Harris actually took it in the end.
Great.
So Robbins was right with him.
Yes, great effort to take that mark. He was closely checked by Robbins. Just held on to it.
Not a lot Robbins could have done here, Sauce. Did everything right, body on body. Got the arms across. And Daniel Harris with a chance now.
Pretty important, this kick.
Should be a good start. This will bring it back to 22. Still in this game, a lot of footballer players. Harris bangs a goal. That is a good kick, and that's what the Roos were looking for to start this second half. Beautiful finish in the end. And the Roos, some good lead-up play, great kick-in. They've had problems from the kick-ins. Great lead-up play, good sharing of the football, and Harris able to finish.
Yes, and once again we see Brett Harvey on screen. He does run the ball extremely well out of the back half. He's a very good runner, but more importantly, a very good contested mark there by Harris, who put the floater through.
Great goal by Harris. Set up again by Brent Harvey, who's had a staggering 16 bounces in total in this match. Kangaroos have 21 in total. West from the centre square. Around the body. Watt. Dimatina did well. He had to beat a couple and did it. Great handball. Bowden confronted by King. Got a kick away. West. Handball at close quarters. Johnson has it. He's kicked 4. Quick reply to the Bulldogs. Just what they wanted. Brad Johnson has been a star. He kicked 3 goals in the opening quarter. He was matched by Simon Garlick, who kicked 3 of his own in the second quarter, but Johnson started the third quarter in great style.
Great handball by Dimatuna there. We just saw it. That was a great hit. And, well, Johnson, he's a very good player. Just needs to be watched every minute of the game.
And Nathan Brown coming from the ground. Let's go down to Christie. Nathan Brown has just come from the ground.
He has come from the ground and he's going straight down the race to have some more treatment. His shoulder looks pretty sore now. Obviously, the experiment didn't work.
So Harris out of the middle, into attack. The sit in the end was Robbins. Archer tries to pull away 2 players. Croft, hands off Hargrave. That's a good kick. Burst should mark and does. Bowden gives a lead. It just chips up. It'll bounce. In the back, no. Watts there. King to mop up. Chased by Burst in the end. They concede by hand. Back to Makepeace. That's a good kick. It's a lot of Roos players in the area. Simpson or Mark.
They're pretty loose checking at the moment by both sides.
Bowden did well just to hold Simpson up. King starting to come into the game. Into the middle he goes. He'll take a bounce. Over the top. Sinclair. This is where they want him. It's in long, unguarded goal square. They have to go at it. Oh, an unlucky bounce again. Oh, Croft. How do you do it? Harvey goal. And they get it back again. Well, Corey Jones was absolutely hammered by Croft. Everyone forgot about the football, bar this guy, and Brent Harvey comes up with another goal.
Yes, and Harvey, well, you need to watch him very closely, but just a loose checking by both sides at the moment. A very open game. Neither coach should be too happy, but the Kangaroos got the desired result with Harvey kicking his first of this quarter.
Margin back to 22 points. Kangaroos, you can guarantee one thing, they'll come back and keep coming at the Western Bulldogs. Perfect bounce by umpire Sheen. Burton gets it down. Simpson, his handball, a little bit too fierce for Stevens. He was able to control it. Back to Simpson. High inside attacking 50. Oh, Hargrave. Great mark, third man up.
That's where Corey Jones, if he's not going to fly, he has to make sure that he gets the body and stop his opponent from going up. Third man up.
Great kick to West. Bulldogs now away. Inside attacking 50. Bowden going back. Can he gather the loose football? He can. Support out wide. Dimatuna. He's got Garlick if he wants him. And he doesn't use him. That was poor play from Dimatuna because Garlick was screaming at him 10 metres away in front of the goal square. And he decided to have a shot and miss.
So King in circles, just trying to manufacture something. Does it stay in? Rowan Smith is out there on his own, but the ball over the line. Half forward, out of sight of the ground. Western Bulldogs into attack. It is 23 points at the moment. Doggies bench Nathan Brown. Star attraction there.
Just watching Jose Ramiro, sorry about that, but he has gone out to Dimatuna, just to let him know he should have given that handball across the goal.
Stevens. It's good signs. Stevens, Simpson, those players back in it. Rawlings, a little bit of a jig, gives himself time. Simpson, that's a good kick. Burton, out wide, a little bit of time. Watt has to use this. Chips in and gave it up. That's a shocking kick. Typical defender. Should have done more with it. Surrounded by 2 here. That's pretty dangerous on my part. King starting to come into it. Doggies have to watch him. Out wide. Harris, contest. Well done. Jump with the flight of the ball. Harvey, Croft there. And the Doggies do real well to get out. Robbins should set him up. Has a little bit of time.
Runs from half-back. Poor kick out wide. It's in front of Dimatuna. Needs to be clean with his hands. He shovels it to West. Couple of options. Good handball. Murphy normally uses the ball very well. He does. Hahn, where will he go? He thought about playing on, decided to go back. Burses wants it inside attacking 50 on the lead. Harris. Well, Brian Harris has been pretty quiet. He hasn't had a lot of the football. It's his first mark coming up for his 4th possession. But as Steve Silvani said, in the first half, he has really provided a contest in the attacking 50 for the Bulldogs this afternoon and has allowed a number of their sport players to capitalise on the loose football. But now he needs to kick a goal for the Bulldogs. Harris kicked 2 last week. against the Crows. From 40 metres, gets close to the man on the mark, and as a consequence, he just pulls it. So, behind only.
Next 5 or 10 minutes for the Western Bulldogs. A real danger time. You just sense a little bit of the momentum starting to shift.
Chance now, Garlick. Sinclair gave it up. It's an open goal. Oh, that was a terrible kick. It was Jess Sinclair who gave it up. And what a gimme for the Western Bulldogs. That's 2 to Shane Burst, and the lead is back out to an even 5 goals.
Well, whatever momentum was shifting the Kangaroos' ways, well, it's just swung the other way. That is just a poor kicking error. And we just saw there, Sinclair just off one step. Kicking the ball up off one step, always very difficult. Didn't get the momentum, and the rebound resulted in a goal.
Dean lately with some concerns, and Peter Road must be thinking, is this our second win of the season? They lead by 5 goals, the Bulldogs. Darcy jumps early. Burton trying to hit it forward. West couldn't get boot to ball. Watson could. High to half forward. Fist from Robbins. Burton, who followed it up, gives it straight up to Hahn. Oh, brilliantly controlled by Murphy. Superb stuff. West, now McMahon. Wobbles it inside attacking 50. Garlick couldn't take it. King, who's been very good in this third too, just chips out wide. Harris has made position. Couldn't quite take the mark. West providing the chase and the contest. Harris, support from Stevens. Wants his left side. Handball to Watson. Back to Stevens. Inside attacking 50. Jones at the back. Hargrave. Now a chance for Harding. He's dangerous. Left foot snap. He's offline. And out on the full.
Well, his kicking lets him down.
He does. Well, he just rushed then. He had plenty of time to steady, but just slammed the ball on his boot. Unsure whether it might have been a lack of torque, but did have the opportunity to really straighten up and have a shot at goal.
And that's a point, Sauce. That's a good point. I mean, he does run off too quick. He does everything at 100 mile an hour. And the whole idea with running off quick is to give yourself time at the other end, to slow down and create the space, to give yourself time. So Crediuk has the ball. Darcy further down the ground. Burton, Simpson, and in the end, Spider Burton. Just not really giving a contest. Darcy read it better into the middle. Could be dangerous. Rocker has to jump. Croft eyes on the ball. So doing it all at the moment, certainly the last couple of minutes. Doggy's starting to take control again. It's out wide. Watt has to keep it up. Did beautifully over the top. Now they have a little bit of time and space. Rawlings will take a bounce. Corey Jones is in long. Stevens took it. Harvey can go at goal. It's unguarded.
Oh,
it's a top again. It's long and it's a goal. What a marvellous goal. Oh, beautiful kick from Brent Harvey. He did it earlier and Harding had marked it, but that is taking nothing away from this little guy. That is a fabulous goal.
It's sensational. Chris, I want to know if this one wobbled off the boot by Brent Harvey.
No, it almost spiralled, this one, Sauce. It almost spiralled. Let's have a look at it. No, I'll pay that as a spiral. It was better than the last one. Harvey, he's been an absolutely fantastic player this afternoon. He's kicked 3. Burton. Hahn. Mowed down. Spills to Smith. Drives it long towards full forward. Harrison Colbert. Knocked towards the line. Bowden. Goals! Patrick Bowden. So the Western Bulldogs get, well, you call 6 seconds a quick reply, and that's just what they need to do. They need to answer every Kangaroo challenge, and so far they have.
Yes, and I was just going to say that they are answering every challenge, the Kangaroos, but the quick kick out of the middle once again puts the defenders under pressure. Ball goes over the back. Great soccer goal by Bowden.
So it's out to 5 goals once again. It has been a great game of football. 30 goals in all. just over 14 minutes. And they have started it right here. Darcy Burton got the tap out again, but through Mitch Hahn. They concede ground to go back to Gene Siracusa. Hahn, good use of hands. Robbins can draw again. Feed to Hahn, left it for Burst. He's in trouble. Petrie has him wrapped up, and we will get a bounce. North fans or Roo fans not too happy.
There's been a definite shift in their style of play, the Western Bulldogs, over the last couple of weeks. They are looking to carry the ball through the corridor and get the ball on nice and direct.
One of the features of this game has been probably both teams a little bit more direct. Not as much chipping in this game, which is good.
Which the Bulldogs were renowned for.
Yep.
No doubt that Peter Rhodes trying to get that out of their game.
So, having a space back in the square, but Dogs have the numbers around this football. So starting just to control the tempo of this game. No need to be racing off. At the moment, 5-goal lead. Dean Laidley with his hands full, trying to get his team back into this game of football. Every time they look like they're taking a little bit of ground, the Western Bulldogs come up with the answers. More importantly, with the goals. Darcy too high. It's a free again. Burton starting to get a little bit frustrated. So Dimittina sits back to be used. That's where Darcy goes. He'll bang it in, loads up and goes in long. Bowden will jump really nowhere near the football. Should have been a Roo free. And in the end, we will get a ball up. Harrison there again being pretty physical.
And we just see the direct play that the Bulldogs are actually completing at the moment. That kick by Dimittina just went long and deep to the hot spot inside the 50. That's what they've been doing all day.
Bounce. Burton tries to get it down. Stolen by Dimittina. Well trapped by Bear. The handball out to Jones. So the Kangaroos out of trouble for the moment. Stevens just chips towards Harding, and he pushes. He was pushed by Murphy over the line, so a boundary throw-in.
That's all Murphy needed to do. Just get the body in, let the ball run over the line.
Peter Road looking for win number 2 in season 2003. Almost got over the line last week against the Crows, but they're in a winning position this afternoon. From the boundary throw-in, Stevens gives it straight up. Darcy wants his left side.
Wow.
Wobbles a torpedo inside attacking
back.
50, but it's coming back. Free kick to the Western Bulldogs. It'll come back, I think, to West. Robbins. Thank you. He's been good, Steve.
He has. He's provided a contest every time he's gone to the ball. But we just saw there even Darcy, his long torpedo directly into the forward half. There's no doubt there's an instruction coming from Peter Road. Get it in as quickly as possible.
Robbins around Harvey, but then was forced to use the left boot. King had to stand tall, or should have been paid. He wasn't. Lays a good tackle, and there'll be a ball up. It takes the torpedo.
Oh, they're into it.
They are. It's getting willing.
Just have to watch. This is a free. The Doggies, and they have to watch that.
Against King, I suspect.
Well, the wrong type of aggression from Dean.
That'll be 50. It should be 50.
Well, this is silly because there is a type of aggression that has to be used, and that was clearly the wrong type.
We'll
Ball was
have
in
a look at
dispute.
this. Now, the free kick goes to Burst, who has the football now. Now, there was nothing in that. Now, let's have a look what happens here. David King with the elbow in the throat.
Well, I hope it's his man kicking for goal, because I tell you what, if this is your man kicking for goal, you'd be pretty unhappy with David King if you're a Kangaroo player.
Burst from 45. He's missed. 2 goals, 3 now to Shane Burst this afternoon.
Well, with that reprieve, David King probably stay out there. Makepeace, short. King or mark. Nowhere to go now as Doggies continue to zone. They've actually, this ball only 15 metres from goal, they've pulled their zone back. It's over the top with Makepeace. This is what they need. Chips up. Wells has to wait. Well done, West. Loose ball, Dimittina. Doggies with a chance now. Left foot. Oh, gave it up in the end. Real chance for the Western Bulldogs to build. Makepeace out wide. Sinclair in the hot zone now. Bangs it in long. They need a mark. And Harrison, this is a wrong jumper, because Harrison for the Doggies takes it. cross goal to Robbins. Cross the ground, it'll float. Harvey, contest. Bowden comes down to take a mark. So one again, time for Hahn. Has to get his arms clear. McMahon, for a long time, was on his own. Rowan Smith just bangs it in long. We need a mark. Harris tried to let it run. Gene Siracusa, John Baird did well just to slap it over to Simpson. Out of danger, around the corner, and Sinclair has it.
Halfback, next goal is critical. Margin is 31 points. Kangaroos really need it. Oh, Crediot did brilliantly. Worked his way to the front. Kept his eyes on the football, and that's a great kick. Darcy, dropped what he should have taken. Was able to find his left side. Kick inside, attacking 50. Oh, great mark. Taken by Gene Siracusa.
He has been terrific, this kid. Absolutely terrific.
He just turned his body to protect the football. As we watch this again, there he is. And when he jumps, he just turns his body there just to protect the football, because he could see the player in his peripheral vision coming from his right. And a chance here to increase the margin to 37 points, which would be the biggest lead of the match. And you would think enough for the Bulldogs to run out winners. Gene Siracusa comes in and kicks it. He's kicked two. So the Western Bulldogs now lead by a commanding 37 points.
Well, they were always going to take a grab there, the Western Bulldogs. I reckon on the last 3 or 4 occasions, the Bulldogs have just pumped the ball in long to their forwards. It put enormous pressure on the Kangaroo backman, and on that occasion, Gene Siracusa was able to take the grab and kick the goal.
So back in the middle, Archer's there for the Roos. They really do need to turn that part of their game around. Burton is there. Lee Brown slapped it towards Archer. Wells comes in. Hands off to Harvey. He's the only problem for the Doggies now. And Brown had run down. He's taken a mark. So he ran after contesting. And boy, do they need this one. Lee Brown trots back into the middle. It's virtually back in the middle of the ground. Have to be a decent kick. He'll wind up and bang it in. It's going about 60 in the air. Doesn't get there. Oh, Morrell! One of the rare times they've been able to take a big mark, and Morrell should finish.
Yes, and one of the rare times that one of their key position players is able to has taken a big mark, and it's something that the Kangaroos have lacked all day, but that is a great mark.
So Digby Morrell shouldn't have a problem and doesn't. So it's back to 31, and they need a few more of those. 22 and a half minutes into this second quarter.
Well, it keeps them in touch, this goal, but the long kick here by Brown. Morrell, who's been quiet, that is a good mark, but they'd be hoping for 1 or 2 late goals now, the Kangaroos.
And Ben Harrison there just needed, it was his man, he just relied on his teammates. He should have been up and trying to contest the contest. Margin back to 31 points.
Need more out of the middle, the Roos.
Rutan gets it forward. Taken though by Harris. Handball too fierce for Archer. Hahn was able to intercept. Kick out wide. Gene Siracusa, will he get there? No. Gets a bad bounce. King is able to come through. Shrugs off Gene Siracusa. Clever little kick around the body. And Rawlings takes it over the line. Let's go down to the bamboo line, Christy.
I think we've seen the last of Nathan Brown for the day. He's just called for the blanket on the bench to put over his legs and keep himself warm. So I think at this stage with the Western Bulldogs lead, they'll keep him off.
Darcy just handballs into space. Thumped forward by Archer. Into the path of Rawlings. Here's another chance for the Kangaroos. Great chase by Smith. They still have it though, the Kangaroos. Stevens. Now Baird. Just props. Kick inside, attacking 50. Bruton, oh, he needed to punch it. He couldn't. Brown takes the mark. And these are valuable goals the Bulldogs have conceded. They've conceded them all day, deep in each of the quarters.
Yeah, they have, Chris Owen. Terrific kick in the end, just holding it up bed, being a little bit unpredictable with their movement in. And Lee Brown, again, for the second time in the last 4 or 5 minutes, was able to get in.
Yeah, there's the contest.
Inside 50.
Yeah, Bruton was there. He just missed the ball. Brown comes in from 40, and it's close. He likes it. Goal to the Kangaroos. So the margin now, 2 quick goals by the Kangaroos, all of a sudden it's back to 25 points. Now, they can still win this, the Kangaroos,
Well, they
no question about that.
They've got the last 2. We just see whether that was a free kick or not. Probably the correct decision, but what they just need to do, the Kangaroos, is just hold on. Plant that seed of doubt into the Western Bulldogs football team. Stay nice and close.
So Peter Rudd, they have conceded about 5 late goals in this game. Morrell comes out. It's a chance for another. Simpson says, it is. It is. And we have a game. They've been able to win it out of the middle in the last few minutes, and the Roos have 3 late goals again.
Well, they've kicked the last 3. Simpson's had another huge quarter, 29 disposals, 9 this quarter. But now the Western Bulldogs would have some doubt going into this final break, knowing that the Kangaroos have answered the challenge.
Peter Road with some concerns now. The last 3 goals to the Kangaroos.
Darcy's back out there.
Darcy gets it down to Dimartino. It's a free kick. It'll go to Darcy against Brown. That move had to be made. Brown was starting to have an impact and they were getting it out of the centre. Long kick inside, attacking 50. Oh, courageous attempt by Jones. Bruton still on the ground. Chance for Gilby in the pocket. Left foot snap, misses everything.
Just so important, you just shrug that aside now. And they have got a pretty young list, and you're just hoping they keep their chin up.
Still plenty of time left in this 3rd term. Makepeace decides to bring it inside. It's a good kick. Jones, he's got runners outside. Watson, he wanted to give it to him. Eventually he decides to kick. Watson has it. Outside attacking 50, chips towards Harding, who marks in the pocket. Oh, be careful.
Oh, he's gone. He's gone.
50 metres. Umpire Brian Sheen was a long way from where that mark was taken. And I think we'll watch it again, but I had the feeling Crediop originally tried to sling it and then actually pulled it back and tried to just nurse his ball to the ground. We'll have a look at it in a minute. But Harding will kick a goal. Margin, 13 points. Let's have another look at this.
Well, do you put yourself in that position?
No, I
That's
agree
the
with
whole
that.
thing.
I agree with that.
He was always going to mark it.
Crediop coming from the ground.
I have no doubt that he did sling him to the ground.
Well, let's have a look at it. I think his initial thought was to do that. I think he changed his mind in the motion. Now he's got him, and now he holds him up and he let him go. It's 50 metres.
28 minutes into this 3rd quarter. It is back to 13. At one stage, it was 37. So 4 goals from the Roos. They've won it out of the middle. Dimartino this time turns it around. They need a goal. It's long. Standing start. King, good 3rd quarter. Goes back towards the goal. And Johnny Baird to make sure she's home.
Well, Lee Brown took the ball out of the ruck contest, was grabbed, and as a result, the free kick went against him.
So King plays on, it's long. Lee Brown with a set, should win out. Scott West is there, thumped it back. Colbert. Watson dummies and goes around Mitch Hahn, too easy. Have they tied the Doggies? It's long. Morrell's got it. And had to sit in the end. And the Western Bulldogs, in the last 4 minutes of football, have fallen away. Well away, and Digby Morrell with a chance, amazingly, to bring it back to within 8 points.
And how often it does happen to a struggling team where
You
they
look at Hargrave, Steve, just fall there, and that was the difference.
Well, this kick could be the difference. Going into a big last quarter with a lot of confidence. Morrell kicks the goal. He's just squeezed it through. It's another. What an amazing turnaround in this game. And why wouldn't you be happy? Players that were non-existent are starting to come to the top. Morrell, one of those players, comes up with his second goal.
Yes, and we saw Peter Road on screen. The break can't come quick enough, but how often it does happen that a struggling team plays so well for virtually the quarter, but the last 5 minutes, the time-on period, they allow their opponents to kick easy goals.
The last 5 goals of the match to the Kangaroos. The margin back to just 8 points. Harris is tough in the centre. Another clearance to the Kangaroos. Morrell again, he's got it.
Well, they're getting it in long and quick, and they're taking a mark. And that was one of the things before the game. I thought they might have had an advantage in that area, but they've just been far too short in the first few quarters. In the last 6-7 minutes, fantastic.
Well, Dick Morrell kicked his first goal at the 22-minute mark. We're at the 30-minute mark, and he's lining up for goal number 3. Before that, he had a mere 2 possessions for the entire day from 45. Beautiful, relaxed kicking motion. Margins just 2 points. What an amazing turnaround by the Kangaroos. They've kicked the last 6 goals of the match and have whittled away a 37-point deficit to trail by just 2 points.
There's some sensational footy by the Kangaroos, and some real danger signs also is that a couple of the big men from the Kangaroos are starting to take grabs. In particular, this fella here, Morrell, has now kicked 2 in this quarter. Also, Lee Brown kicking 1. 3, actually, this quarter, Morrell.
Well, you're going to have to show plenty of character. It is back to 2 points. The ball, and they've won it out of the middle, being good. Mitch Hahn says, here we go, it's long, they need a mark, they need a goal more importantly. Oh, it's a chance, and it's a miss. Harris it was. Been fairly quiet, not too happy. And David King, with his hands on the football, has been terrific in this third quarter, has provided run, they've been able to win it, he's taken players on, drawn players, and he winds up and bangs it in. Watt not able to take it, too many up for the Roos, at ground level fumbling, didn't have it, it's a free to the Doggies. So Robbins to West, short, Garlic short again, and Gilby will take a mark.
Steady and go back.
Exactly. So as 3/4 time, not too far away now. The lead is 3 points. Lindsay Gilby with a chance has kicked the goal in the game, and have the Roos hit back in the last 6 or 7 minutes of football. An amazing turnaround in this game. This is what the Doggies need, a goal. It's up, and it's good. It is good. So Gilby with his second goal. The lead is back out to 9, and the Doggies take one big breath.
Yes, and a critical goal there by Gilby. A settler, I guess, saying the least, but really the Kangaroos totally on top. Peter Road, well, he'd be looking at the 3/4 break and hoping that it comes straight away, because the Kangaroos are totally on top.
Well, what a goal for the Western Bulldogs. Broke a run of 6 consecutive goals to the Kangaroos. Free kick to Brown, who's made a difference in this quarter. Direct play, as we've seen for most of the day. Croft going back. Now a chance for Smith on Rawlings. Taps out wide towards Murphy. The boundary line is too close. Well, this will be a test for the young Bulldogs. Nathan Brown off the ground, and it looks as though he won't return. Huge blow to the Western Bulldogs chances of winning this match. Reaching over the top, Petrie. Oh, beautifully played by Harris off a step. He just misses. Margin 8 points.
He's been pretty good, Daniel Harris, in this third quarter. Certainly in close. What a skill. It's 8. Rowan Smith, short to Murphy. Just hold on to it. And we are in for a big last quarter of football. When everything seemed like it was going to Doggy's way, Digby Morrell stepped up. He has 3 in the game. And we will go into the last quarter with an 8-point lead to the Western Bulldogs.
Great quarter by the Kangaroos, a 9-goal quarter. Western Bulldogs already, they kicked 5 in that quarter, but some sensational football, particularly halfway through that third quarter where the Kangaroos got on top, particularly through Adam Simpson, who's had an outstanding game.
Yes, a fantastic comeback by the Kangaroos. They trailed by 37 points midway through the quarter, but trailed by just 8 at three-quarter time. Back after the break for what should be a thrilling last quarter. Yes, a great goal to Patrick Bowden and the Bulldogs, who led by 37 points during that third quarter, now by just 8 at three-quarter time. Johnson and Garlick, the multiples for the Bulldogs. Archer and Harvey, the multiple goal scorers for the Kangaroos. And what's been a very, very entertaining game of football. 38 goals kicked to three-quarter time.
Well, it's been an amazing turnaround when you consider 21-minute mark. 37 points up were the Western Bulldogs. And then I think Lee Brown did a terrific job out of the middle. King out of defence, and then Morrell up forward.
Well, let's have a look at the Kangaroos' fresh legs.
Well, Watson can give him plenty of run. The next 4 are probably taller type plays in Baird. Brown, who's gone into the midfield or into the ruck. Morrell, well, he's been catching the ball up forward. And Burton, well, he can ruck. So I guess plenty of tools, but not much run.
And Dakes, the Bulldogs?
Well, the standouts certainly there is Dimatina. Burst can run. Gilby can also run. The interesting thing is where Nathan Brown will start this quarter, and I'm sort of just looking down. Jordan McMahon will also start on the bench, so they've got to start. The first 3 quarters was about their running game. They have to get back to that, the Western Bulldogs.
Well, before we get underway, let's go down to Christie.
Peter Rode held the Bulldogs probably for about 30 seconds longer than Dean Laidley held the Kangaroos just in that third quarter break. Both of them quite animated, obviously, but still remaining calm. Can be calm and animated. Obviously, the Bulldogs will be 1 man down in this last term. Nathan Brown on the bench.
Kangaroos get it to half forward. Watt, well, trying to turn like the Queen Mary. Jones back inside attacking 50. Morrell's brought down. Must get a free kick. Must get a free kick, Digby Morrell, and didn't he come alive? Up until the 22-minute mark of the third quarter, I think his possession count was 1 mark and 2 possessions. He's now kicked 3 goals, and then there's Harrison bringing him down. Dakes, we talked about the matchup problems the Bulldogs might have in their defence, and this is an obvious one. It was proved okay for a long time, but he's starting to hit his straps. Yeah,
well, the Tools, they only had Crediuk and Croft. If they had gone a lot director a lot earlier, someone was always going to get under the guard.
From 45 metres, oh, it's a beautiful kick. Margin back to 2 points. He's got a fantastic, relaxed kicking action, Digby Morrell, and he's kicked 4.
Oh, he has, and I guess probably his last 10, 15 minutes of footy played out there has been the best that he's played all day, and we just see the free kick given away there by Harrison. He's been put under pressure over the last 10, 15 minutes because Morrell has hit a purple patch.
Well, it's all the Roos at the moment. They only trail by 2 points. And this is where part of the ground the Western Bulldogs have to start winning back. It's out of the middle, and that's where the Roos have been very good. Harris, they go into attack again, over the head of players. Harding overran it, too quick at it. Crediuk is wrapped up off the ground. Harding toe poked at Harvey. Round the corner, will drop short. Harrison, the cross goal, and out in front of Hargrave. If it's a lucky bounce, it wasn't. Jones went to ground, could be in trouble. Players go in, Rawlings is there, and the Roos will hold this one up again. Unlucky bounce for Ryan Hargrave, who was hoping the ball would continue to run for him. Looking a little bit tired. They haven't been able to sustain their first 3 quarters or 2 and a bit. Darcy. To Gene Syracusa. Hargrave, a little bit of time. All he can do is bang it into the air. Archer did well to use the body. Lee Brown back. Makepeace sharing it, and numbers with the Roos. Harvey short. He's a chance. Stevens to wind up. Out wide we go. Baird has time. Will take the mark. Can just hold up with David King running. Decides to go into the corridor. Sinclair will mark. So a real chance for the Roos. He'll wind up and blast it goal. It's into the air. It's long. Won't get there. It's a mark. Corey Jones. Darcy went too early and Jones comes down with it.
Well, he just pushed Darcy under the ball, Corey Jones. Darcy, of course, a very big man. Jones, Harvey's side. Just watch him just nudge him under. Bang. Hit Darcy's body just at the right point to take that easy chest mark.
Well, it's all about technique. Corey Jones spot on and spot on. The Roos are in front. It's been an amazing game of football. Corey Jones with his third goal. And we have had 40 goals in this game. And more importantly, the Roos lead by 4 points.
Well, both teams going long into their forward half. No different on this occasion. And at the moment, the Bulldog back line is under enormous pressure.
Huge challenge now for the Western Bulldogs. That loss last week would be fresh in their mind. Darcy slaps it forward. Harris, good handball. Simpson. High towards half forward. Watt running hard. He's got to beat Harrison. He's also got to beat the boundary line. He can't.
That's all he needed to do was see the ball over line.
Gee, they've dominated out of the centre since midway through the third quarter as well.
And it's probably the area that Peter Road has to address at the moment, because Simpson and Harvey getting far too much of the ball.
From the boundary throw in. Chance for Hargrave. Gene Syracusa and Will Johnson. He's up in the play now. Darcy. Here's a chance for the Bulldogs. Forced to kick across the ground because there wasn't much to go to. West did brilliantly. Brown was up to it though. Committed his body. Simpson ducks his head. Well played by Burst. Good tackle on King and he ties it up.
Just doing it all at the moment. Choosing the right options, and the key to the Roos game at the moment is clearly numbers at the balls. If there's a spillage, the Roos are onto it. If there's a player with his hands on it, they have an option to give it off.
Johnson, kick towards half forward. Garlic, a little pushing and shoving. Got away with it. Now he's first back on the football. He's brought down. Is he penalised? No. Chance for Smith. Can't control it. And the Kangaroos again. Fantastic in their defence. Stevens now away and running.
David King.
Loose player inside attacking. 50 is King. Gene Syracusa can't get there. And David King holds it up for the crowd to see. We'll need to go back and kick it after doing that. But the Kangaroos have been in absolutely outstanding form. They've kicked 8 of the last 9 goals. And as we watched the tackle from Makepeace, he did it well, didn't he? Just turning him in contact.
Well, Makepeace did the first tackle, and then Rawlings did the one on Rowan Smith. 2 critical tackles, and they executed them perfectly.
David King coming up for disposal number 21. He's had a big second half. Pretty quiet in the first half, but he's certainly chimed in when it's counted. Chance now to extend the Kangaroo lead to 10 points. Couple of steps, kicks it low and hits the post. Peter Rowe breathes a sigh of relief.
It is an amazing scoreline, this. Reaction of David King. Obviously very disappointed.
So Murphy, long power as a target. Simpson, boy, have they grown in confidence.
Just want to get back to the scoreline dates. Western Bulldogs 127 to the Kangaroos 132. We had a graphic early on in the game that stated that average points against for the Bulldogs was 115, and they were ranked 16th in the competition. The Kangaroos 102. Their average against ranked number 13. So we should have known it was going to be a shootout.
So Harvey sharing it. overusing it. Have they got into space? They have. Watson. Into the pocket. King ran forward. And boy, has he been a good play after half-time. Chips over the top. Harding can go it, go no. He probably did the wise thing. The ball actually started to fade towards the boundary. I don't know if he's your best option. I'm probably being a little bit hard on Lee Harding. Wrong side for a right footer. His kicking does tend to let him down, Sauce. And have a look at that one. That's what confronts him.
He should just be told to steady, go back, kick through the ball.
He cribs around, just takes a little step to the left.
His teammate shouldn't be putting him under pressure at the moment and calling for the ball.
He looks like he's veering to the left here, so he's doing the right thing to open up the goal face, then back to the right and back for a goal. It is 11 points. That's a good goal. Well, Peter Rowe is probably asking himself, how cruel can this game be? The thing is that the Roos have certainly worked their way back. And in the end, too much space, too much time, and good delivery of the football.
Hasn't had a great day, young Harding, but has kept at it. And things are starting to work his way now.
Kangaroos have kicked 9 of the last 10 goals in what's been a remarkable recovery. Darcy slaps it forward. Burst tripped over, allows Makepeace to come in. No pressure. Something the Bulldogs will have to address. Now a chance for King. Great tackle, that's better. Well played, Robbins. Simpson kicks into Dean Syracuse. They just need to lift the Bulldogs. They need a goal just to get their confidence back. Gilby, Hargrave tries to take them on. Well done. Gilby, hard up against the line. Under pressure, kicks it forward. Bowden needs to make a contest. He does more than that, he marks.
He's got Johnson.
Johnson's run back. Martin attacking 50, he's away. Needs to find a target. Smith!
It's a full forward now, Rowan Smith. Neither two players have to find something.
McMahon comes in from 15 and kicks it. The Bulldogs are still in it. Well, they've kicked 1 in the last 10, the Bulldogs. They desperately needed that. That's a great understatement.
Well, yes, and what a great mark there by Bowden. But this game has been an open game all day. They just need to persist. The ball may run their way, and this game isn't over.
Hargraves did well to try and create something off half-back with his run and carry. So some good signs. Rowan Smith, Brad Johnson combining. Player ranking, Simpson at the top for the Roos, been a good player. Harvey now joins him at the top, out of the middle, all important. West into the air. Mitchell Hahn will run off. Redefetter Sinclair to Harvey. Short Makepeace further on Stevens, and time for the skipper. Now a chance to run. Harvey alongside Stevens. It gives you an idea of his work rate. Stevens inboard we go. Taking a bounce, short it is. Croft punches away. Baird had to go. Waited for West to take it. Robbins. Hargrave. Jordan McMahon. And chips up to Brad Johnson. So some good signs. The goal has given them something. And waiting for it, Mitchell Hart. Archer to turn it around. It's out wide, Lee Brown. So doing well against Darcy. He's another reason that the Kangaroos are back in the game. Contested out of the middle. Something Burton failed to do against Darcy. It's in long. Harvey calling his teammate in. Robbins. Harding kept it in. And we have a boundary throw in.
And that's a classic example there where you talk about coming to meet the ball and take it at its highest point. The disposals per goal. Well, obviously the Kangaroos holding sway.
So ball to come in. Certainly an option must be Robert Murphy into the midfield. They need some run. Harding. Stevens, another player that is lifted. Loose ball, Darcy. Quick kick out. Sinclair, no. Burst takes it. So it's a chance for the Doggies.
Kick towards Bowden. It's got to be done. Oh, that's a spectacular mark. Well, the Western Bulldogs had full of running there. They had a very open forward line.
Well, they were forced wide. Early in the day, they were going long towards a hot spot in their forward half.
Kick across the ground. Brown has it. He plays on. Runs to 40. Drops hot. Goal! Brown is ecstatic, and so he should be. He's lifted in this second half. And the Kangaroos, what a remarkable accuracy record, 23 goals, 6 as we look at the Glenn Archer mark, and that was critical.
Yes.
He drops that and the Bulldogs throw away.
Yes, and good to see Lee Brown doing well. There has been a question mark over his form over the last 4 to 5 weeks, but he's kicked 2 important goals in this game.
Well, I never said coaching was easy. Peter Road certainly finding that out this afternoon. They did all the hard work for 2 1/2 quarters, and it's starting to fall apart. West out of the middle, no space, no time. West quick kick out. Sinclair, good reading. Bowden gives a contest. Call play on. No, it's not. I don't think he held it long enough.
No.
So Sinclair, players free for the Roos. Archer, they have to tighten up. King, into half forward we go. That's a good kick. That's a real good kick. So Drew Petrie hasn't had a big afternoon, but a real chance now, just when it matters.
He's a disputed mark.
Now, he's got it. Gee, he didn't have it long, did he?
So giving it up, back at the other end, Gene Siracusa has quietened. Short to West. Now they've got players in support. Brad Johnson through the traffic to Mitchell Hahn. No. Simpson has played a ripper. Onto Stevens, out wide Harris. If it sits up, he'll take it instead. He'll run it goal. He'll bang it in long. It's up, and it's a point.
They've just lost a bit of their pattern of play, the Bulldogs. They're starting to go short. Obviously, they're under a fair bit of pressure. They just need to get the ball inside their 50 as long as possible, which worked for them early in the game.
So West short, Garlic, and the Doggies need to find a player. And there's a chance.
Johnson has it. Got it from Dimartina, who just came on the ground. Johnson cuts the angles. Handball was poor. Chance of a turnover. Brown has it. Oh, will it be pinged? No. And looks like Harris has done a hamstring. Brian Harris looks as though he's done a hamstring. Just in the true centre-half forward position for the Western Bulldogs, grasping at his right hamstring. Bounce. Morrell has come into it since midway through the third term. Garlic, pursued by Wells. Didn't keep his feet. Wells did. Chance of a turnover. The exciting Daniel Wells kicks it short. Murphy couldn't hold on. Power was held, no free kick. He dives on it, needs to get it out now. Does. Garlic's held up. And we get a bounce and attacking 50 for the Roos.
That's a great footy. Great desperation there by both sides. Simon Garlic, he kicked 3 goals early in the game. It's faded out at a fraction.
Still plenty of time for the Bulldogs. Dimartina, oh, he takes on too many. Gives it up to Petrie. And he's tied up, and probably a good result in the end for the Bulldogs.
And that's one of the differences to the Roos. Earlier in this game, when they weren't able to lay a tackle, Doggies were running away. Now, the Doggies have to try and beat 2 and 3 tacklers.
Petrie was held by Darcy, got it down to King, he's wrapped up, another bounce. Well, just repeating that at the 21-minute mark of the third quarter, Daniel Giansiracusa kicked a goal, and they led by 37 points, and the tackle count, Kangaroos dominating. They led by 37 points. Now it's the Kangaroos by 12, and there's a free kick to Wells for too high. David King, some words of wisdom. What provides a lead? That's ignored.
We've just seen how the game has swung. The Kangaroos have dominated play inside their 50. Harley been seen up the other end, and the Western Bulldogs forward 50. Defenders get very tired.
Wells is going to have a shot from 50. It'll need to be a superb kick. It wobbles goalward. In front, almost the mark to Harris. It's still in play. Bulldogs try and take it away. Dimatina, Credial, somehow. Ball locked in the pocket. Going in power for the Bulldogs. Good contest. Great play from the Kangaroo forwards. Jones there. He did very well. Prevented the football from coming out. Dean Laidley. He wrapped with his turnaround. Harvey, a snap. He's missed. It's the post. Behind only, but it does give the Kangaroos a 13-point advantage.
Out short. Stopped in their tracks at the moment. Now we have a little bit of run. Dimatina bangs it in long. Need players at ground level. Bowden did beautifully. Scott West was that player. It's back to the goal square. Johnson not able to off the ground. It'll bounce. And didn't get there. Colbert to save the day across goal. Makepeace has been excellent out of defence. Has guarded that 50 zone pretty good. Harvey. Toss up between he and Simpson. Lee Brown, very good second half. Long, another player that's been good. Harris, Morrell, unguarded goal square. Digby doesn't have a pot, he does. And it will end up on the full. But it is in their attacking zone.
We have a look here. Free kick or not?
It's got to be, doesn't it?
So, chance now, Garlic at half back. And boy, do the Doggies need a goal.
7 minutes of actual game time left. Kick towards West. Oh, he almost trapped it. Everything running the Kangaroos' way now. Wells, well, the handball was too slick from Stevens.
Oh, great smother.
But McMahon needed his left side, and the Kangaroos, as a consequence, are able to turn it over. Makepeace, Colbert. Little slip from Baird. Kept his composure. Colbert.
Great smother by Stevens.
A ground to Brown. He's really provided some run for them in this final half, and some vigour. Sinclair from the wing. Kick towards half-forward. Harding come into it in this final half as well. Drills the passing short to Harvey. And I think that's cramp rather than a pulled muscle.
It'd have to be cramp. He's done some running today, Brent Harvey. But their midfield's really got on time. Simpson with 36 possessions. Harvey's had 28. And Anthony Stevens, well, he was benched at one stage with only 3 possessions at some stage through that second quarter. Has had 21.
The thing with Brent Harvey, though, he's done the job of 2 players. 28, as you made mention, 28 possessions, but he has kicked 3 goals in this game.
Harvey.
Big effort.
From outside 50. Oh, he tries to go round and he's pinged. He should be penalised. No, he got a handball away. Morrell from 45. Left foot. It's the post.
Second time this quarter for the Kangaroos.
But it's all the Kangaroos, and Peter Road can only just think what might have been.
Brent Harvey, that's plenty of spunk to take, try and take a player on off the mark. Takes a little bit of confidence. It's short to Robert Murphy. Still plenty of time in this game. They need to start running this football, the Doggies. It's into the air. Oh! It's amazing what a little bit of confidence can do.
What a great grab.
Well, bang it in. That's a good kick. Oh, and over the back, Gilby to take a mark. So, look to dish it off.
Been a sensational effort by the Kangaroos.
Short. 5-minute warning. It's over the top. And space to run now. Jordan McMahon. Out wide. Good kick. West has to be good. Good contest, Baird. There's 2 out there against West, and West did beautifully. Chance now. It's in long. It's into the air. They need a mark. And no one able to provide it. Bowden. Chance with players around him. Dimatina around the body. Dimatina for a goal. And we still have a game, and the Doggies are a chance.
Well, they've had to work hard for that one, the Doggies. But It was that long kick to the hot spot which set up the Dogs here. They had the Crummers at the front. Bowden recovered quicker, who was able to hand off to Dimatina and to put through a very vital goal.
Still time, plenty of time for the Bulldogs. Dean Lately. Back in the centre, favours Darcy, tries to get it to Dimatina. He's wrapped up immediately by Makepeace. Was able to keep his hands free. Well played by Harris. Brown again. Kicks inside, attacking 50. What was courageous. Petrie tried to claim it, not paid.
Well, what Drew Petrie should have done on that occasion is jump straight in. What was running with the flight of the ball, he should have been protected somewhat and called into that football.
Gee, big leap. Darcy slaps it back. Over the head of Baird. Dimatina bursts towards full forward. Sits for Bowden. Handball out wide. Chance for Harrison. He'll want his left side. He wheels around. Dimatina, little fumble. That could be the Bulldogs game right there. And the Kangaroos take it away.
So out wide and out of danger.
Had Harrison gone on his right foot, he had all the time in the world to get a shot off at goal.
So King in long. Morrell, where are you? Morrell's got it. He was working his way to the front. His eyes were clearly on the football. And he left Steve Prettyhook in his wake. And Digby Morrell, since half-time, has been one of the match winners. He has 4, lining up for goal number 5.
It really does hurt, doesn't it? It was up the other end just a moment ago. The Bulldogs could have had a shot at goal, but the Harrison, I guess it's an error coming back inboard, should have had a shot on his right foot. And within a couple of seconds, it's down to the other end, and Morrell is lining up for his 5th.
And the other pleasing sign in this game, no one's been dropping plays, but certainly the Roos haven't. They've gone to win this game and play it out as Morrell misses. Still a chance for the Western Bulldogs. It's 9 points. And it has been a terrific game of football.
Kicking short, Power. Came from Murphy. Short to Johnson, it's okay. Brad Johnson intent on playing on. Will it open up for him? Kick towards Darcy. Will it get to him? It did. Couldn't take the mark. Chance for Hargrave. Needs to put his body on the line, and he does. Well played, Hargrave. But Petrie was equal to it.
Yeah, it was terrific, Petrie. Got his hand to it, brought it to ground, and kept Darcy off the ball.
They tie it up between half forward and centre for the Bulldogs.
Kangaroos have got plenty of players back.
Season high in score terms for both these teams. Naturally.
Stevens. Out to half-back, Pretty almost. Watson, who's done some very impressive things this afternoon. Clever kick inside. Sinclair can nail the Bulldogs here from 40. He hits the post again.
3rd time.
Unbelievable stuff. So the Western Bulldogs breathe a huge sigh of relief.
Well, they need 2 goals, the Bulldogs.
So Long from Powell, that's the best option. They need to knock it on. Darcy, if he can't mark it, Petrie will mark.
Need to slow it down, the Kangaroos. Play around with the ball.
Simpson has done most of his work out wide, has been terrific. It's in long, it's into the air. Harvey's down there. And in the end, they just rush it through minor score. 26 and a half minutes into this last quarter. It's an 11-point lead, an amazing turnaround.
They have to go down the middle of the ground here.
Kangaroos have kicked 4 goals, 7 in this final term to the Bulldogs, 2 straight goals. Sinclair has it. It's not working for the Bulldogs. That kick down the centre. Back inside, attacking 50. Going back, good courageous mark by Prettyhook, had to stand his ground. Jones on the mark. Wants to play on. Now Power. Got a loose player out wide in Croft. Decides to kick. Didn't give Croft much of a chance, but at the back, good mark taken by Gian Siracusa. Murphy's running. They're all running.
Needs to get up. Needs to get up, Gian Siracusa. Get it in there.
Did it very well. Kick inside, attacking 50. Hahn's marked.
Get it in. Get it in.
He's a long kick of the football. He could kick this. He could kick this.
Oh, he's handballing.
To Smith. Don't know about that. Long dumping kick. To the goal
That's
square.
huge.
It's a goal!
Oh, sensational stuff from Rowan Smith.
For a chance.
What a goal! Sensational stuff. Well, I'll change my mind. I thought he could kick the distance, Mitchell Hahn. He put Smith under pressure, but Smith was up to it.
Unbelievable goal. That kick's gone from inside the centre square. Would have had to travel every bit of 60 metres. We just see here, just inside the centre square. That is a super kick.
Can they snatch an unlikely victory, the Western Bulldogs?
So blood rule.
Blood rule. Blood rule.
So how crucial is this one out of the middle?
Very crucial, Gates.
5-point ball game.
They should open up the top of the square, the Western Bulldogs. They have two guys coming in from the square. They should open it up.
Colbert, loose man defence, although McMahon getting back there. It's out of the middle, thumped on. Harding, Murphy, equal to it. Did well to get it out. He has to kick it forward.
Jumping the ball.
It's jumping the ball. Players go in. Watson's been good. Hands off. Sharing it. I don't know if this is a good option. Harding shrugs. He's in trouble. Hands off. Forward to the play. Jones, the left footer. Hugging the boundary. Rocker just on. Rocker will kick a goal.
Oh, yes.
That is an amazing goal. And we have an amazing finish. What a game of football. It has been a scoring fest. And Rocker slips in. And he kicks a beautiful goal.
Sensational goal, Sam Rocker. The banana kick, but I thought there was a poor decision there by the umpire. The tackle on Harding, well, he failed to execute the handball. He took the player on, he spooked the ball, and the umpire calls play on.
Well,
incorrect decision.
Yeah, I agree with that. Well, it's cost them a goal. Back in the centre, Darcy. There it is! Dean Laidley's ecstatic. The Kangaroos are in the 8, and what a victory. And that sign says it all. Peter Rowe, disconsolate. His side led by 37 points midway through the third term. But the Kangaroos staged a remarkable recovery to run out winners in the end by 11 points.
Yeah, sensational game of footy by both these clubs, but in particularly the Kangaroos' 14 goals after half-time was absolutely outstanding. And the games of Simpson, Harvey, and also Digby Morrell, who kicked 4 goals after half-time, really did set up the Kangaroos win.
Let's go down. Christy Malthouse with Digby Morrell.
Digby, well done. What a turnaround.
Yeah, no, fantastic. You know, we were just trying to play their game in the first half, and as soon as we closed the game down a bit, and you know, everyone stood up and played a part, and we got up.
It's just that never say die attitude. I mean, at 3/4 time, you obviously thought you were still a chance, and is that what you spoke about?
Yeah, definitely. You know, Dean gave us an ultimatum at half time. You know, to really the guys have been quiet in the first half to step up and make an impact, and you know, a few of the boys have, and it's been a fantastic victory.
And one of those guys was you. Did you just feel personally that you just needed to just lift?
I had a very poor first half, and you know, got the question asked at half time, and it was good to come out and get a few goals and a few kicks and have a win.
Well, it was 4 goals and well done.
Yeah, thanks. Cheers.
Digby Morrell, well, what a game from him. He had 2 possessions, Steve, at the 21-minute mark of the third quarter, and he ended up absolutely slaying them. He kicked 4 goals too, and was a major factor.
Well, it's a great lesson for everyone, isn't it? Throughout the game, there's things that don't happen for you, but if you keep persisting, things can turn pretty quickly through hard work, and that's exactly what happened to Digby Morrell today, kicking 4 goals after half-time.
Well, Dakes, what about the Bulldogs?
Well, the Western Bulldogs, look, they managed 22 goals. If anything, they really have to learn to just control the tempos of games of football and, you know, just slow things down.
Remarkable victory by the Kangaroos. We'll be back shortly to review what's been a very exciting game of football.